What's up, guys? We're back at it again. There we go. Today we got the radiator fan in. So we're gonna place the radiator fan so we can actually drive around without overheating at stoplights and stop signs, and you can actually have fun with it. You can work with both hands and still have a beer. Don't fall on me. So this week, we have a universal radiator fan because the OEM ones are overrated and overpriced. This picked up on Amazon for like $30. We're gonna fit this into the car, and then we're gonna see how much room we have to order a second fan. I wasn't sure what size I was gonna need the second fan at. I took some rough measurements last week before I left in the dark, so I wasn't sure exactly what size I would need. It smells like coolant again. Smell it?
Alrighty, guys. Well, we gotta get the new radiator fan in, so we're just gonna remove this here piece of plastic. Oh, these are the old fan bolts. Stuck them all in there so that we wouldn't get lost, and we just straight forgot about it. Oh.
So, I don't know if you guys know how to put these universal fans on. It comes with this mounting hardware that can literally have a few mounting locations. We're going to mount them over here to try to save some on some space, because technically the corners are unused. So once you put these on, these isolators technically go between the fan and the radiator. So just to make it easy to mount, we're going to stick them right on the fan first, and then we'll fit it down into the radiator, or behind the radiator. Try to fit this as far over as possible without overhanging the radiator. If you overhang the radiator, air is going to travel in the path of least resistance, so it's going to try to pull around the radiator instead of through the radiator. Okay, so you stick the pin with the spring through the fan, through the little foam spacer, through the radiator, and it comes out on the front side. As you can see, there's a couple spots here. We picked perfect spots right behind everything, right? And then on the other side you put another set of little spacers, or the little foam washers things, and then you stick the zip through it. And we're still kind of debating, doing research on what kind of electrical work we need to do to the race car. I know we need to have like a battery kill switch. So if you do roll the car, whoever comes to like save you, help you out, can just pull it, and that way it definitely kills the car, kills all the electrical systems. Because some cars, if you'll kill the battery itself, the alternator will still be backfeeding, and the car will stay running through the alternator. So I know we have to do like a full system, or full battery kill switch, electrical kill switch. So this fan, right now we're going to wire it directly to the factory harness for now. And then in future project, we're going to isolate it. We're probably going to run direct lines from the inside of the car switch to the radiator fans. That way, when we're on the track, we have all the switches, all the fuses, everything right there with us. So if something doesn't work, you know, you can do on the road adjustments, on the road repairs.
Alrighty, guys. We got the fan hooked in. We're just waiting to see if it's going to kick on. We got to get a couple connectors to splice the wires in correctly. But in the meantime, I'm going to put the rear seats back in. Because unless we're on the track or somewhere like that, we can bring passengers with us, you know what I mean? And even then, if we have an event where there's some sort of open well, not drifting, but open track time, showing people what it's about when we have the roll cage in, if the seats work, we'll take people for ride-alongs. So, in the meantime, I'm going to get the back seats back in. We are going to replace our old shitty radio
with a new shitty radio.
Actually, the old radio wasn't shitty, it was an Alpine, which is nice. But, it just didn't work.
It would keep
Where did you get this from?
I've had that in my room for like 1,000 years.
It's one of those radio things?
Yeah, it wasn't working. So the radio was like weird, it's old, I can't play any music I want out of it. So I was gonna go to Walmart to get a FM transmitter, and I saw this radio at Walmart for $20, 1980. It probably sounds like shit. Probably doesn't work. But for $19, I figured I'd give it a try. The weight of it is almost nothing, so it weighs virtually nothing, maybe like 2 pounds. I think my phone weighs more than it. So, I mean, weight reduction.
Well guys, we seem to have wired our radio correctly. Turns out the old one probably just had a bad ground, but this one's got Bluetooth, so we're going to keep it. Wires are still a jumbled mess. We might sort through those the rest of the way. It's grounded straight to the frame now, which is nice, and we don't have to worry about the ground coming loose. And it's got its own like little auxiliary power wire that the old guy spliced in as well. So, we'll see if we can play something. Well guys,
We did it!
well the radio works, it's new.
Was it?
Everything still reads. We're good. What time is it? 2:19. There we go. We out.